I don't think I ever feel satisfied. I don't think any of us ever feel satisfied, not for long anyway. There's always this sense of FOMO or this sense of urgency, like we have to do, we have to move, and we have to accomplish something. And it drives me insane because when I'm not doing something, I feel like I should be doing something. And when I am doing something, it's like I just want to rest and I just want to be. Why is there this sense of urgency or this sense of FOMO? Like we're missing out on life or we're missing out on something if we don't accomplish our goal right now. Always somewhere to be, something to do, something to fix, something to start. And when we're not striving towards something, we're bored or feel aimless, like we have no purpose. And maybe that tension is the purpose, right? Maybe that tension is the point of life, the balance between rest and work, doing and being, pulling against each other on purpose. Like that is the purpose that we are fighting against. And I've seen people on both sides of the extremes, the people that are grinding, pushing themselves to the limit to make their dreams come true, and then the people that are just resting and la 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 all of the time. Those that have completely given up on pushing or striving for anything. I don't want to be striving all the time. I don't want to be pushing all the time. Neither extreme feels like freedom to me. It doesn't feel like you're grinding all the time and pushing towards what you want, that you're accomplishing something. And on the other side, if I'm just resting and just relaxing and being peaceful all of the time, it's like, what am I doing with my life? You know, it's hard. This tension that we're moving between all of the time. We forget what our goals are. We forget what we want to do with our life and this purpose. And I'm fighting between finding what's really important in life, and is it about the doing and is it about the resting? And maybe that tension is exactly where I'm supposed to be. Maybe that tension between what's pulling me to want to create and to accomplish and to leave my print on the world, and also the other side of what I've learned to be my inner peace, my nervous system regulation, to just be able to flow with life and to be one with nature. It's a constant, I wouldn't say it's a battle, but it's a constant dance. It's a constant dance between these two things, and I'm learning what is most important to prioritize in my life. Lately, I have been prioritizing what really matters to me. I think that the most important part of life is a healthy body and a healthy mind. Literally, the sun. Thank you, sun. The sun is so healing. Despite the many things that I want to do and I want to accomplish and I want to be in my life, none of it's possible without a healthy mind and a healthy body. And so something that has become my non-negotiable for a very long time. When I think about, oh, I want to have this kind of habit or I want to do this kind of thing, I got stung by a bee recently and I am a little. Nothing is possible without a healthy mind and a healthy body. I move my body. I bring movement into every single day. Make sure that I also meditate every day, because my mind just constantly moving, constantly flowing, and it's important for my body to be healthy, for me to remain alive long enough to see my dreams come true. And I think that people forget that. Staying up all night and grinding all day and not having a social life and just focusing on what we want to accomplish in this world. And the reality, if the world ended today, none of that would actually matter. If you ended today, if you cease to exist tomorrow, none of that would matter. So actually, the most important things is, are you sane? Do you have peace of mind? Is your nervous system regulated? And what are you doing every day that's geared towards that, and not just making money or not just accomplishing some goal? And on the other side of just making sure that your body is working. I've tried many routines and habits and structures over the years. And what I've learned is that life needs spontaneity. Life needs flow. It needs space for you to be a co-creator of your life and not just the person in the driver's seat. Sometimes you need to be in the passenger seat. Sometimes you need space to allow for things to happen versus you creating and making them happen. And when you're too rigid, you feel too boxed in, you burn out, right? You get like, oh, I have to do this every single day. It reminds me of like New Year's resolutions when people are trying to like stick to going to the gym every single day. And if that system does not leave freedom for a friend calling you up and saying, hey, let's go hang out, or you needing to go wash your clothes or do other life things, I think it's just a good reminder to remember that we need the spontaneity, we need flow, we need space, and that what's really important is you. What's really important is the physical and mental body's avatar that we're walking around with. This is making sure that we are well. So with all this being said, what are we actually doing this for? What is really the purpose of striving for anything. I've been speaking a lot with friends about manifestation, and as the conversations have expanded, it's become selfish to me. When I think about manifestation, I think about how there's all these coaches and people who are helping you to manifest your dream life. I think about, why is it always about what we want? And that if this is true and that this is possible, why is it that all of the manifestation coaches aren't getting together and having meetups to manifest the end to world hunger, the end to these wars, the end to racism? Why are we not manifesting things for the collective? And it's so focused on what we want, what I want, what I want, what I want to create, what I want to make, what I want to do. Are we really using this power that we have to create, this power to manifest what we truly want for good, or for its greatest good? And do we even need to? Who is there to say that we're not using it in the right way? I find it hard when I'm watching the rest of the world experience such hardship and so many things that feel so much out of their control, and for me to then be like, oh, I want to have $1 million, or I want to create my commune with all of my friends. Why does what I want matter more than what the people whose homes are being bombed want? Why is what I want more important than anyone else's desires on this planet? Recently, when I was in Vietnam, I attended a manifestation dinner. When I went, it was such a cool concept. A bunch of people coming together, and you were supposed to come to this place as your higher self. So you would speak about things like your higher self would. So all of the things that you wish to accomplish, you've already had them. Speaking like, I did this year, I did this year, and all the things that you haven't done, but you want to do. What was really cool about it was that I didn't learn anything about what anyone was doing currently. I only learned about all of the amazing things that they wish to accomplish or that they were going to do in the future. And I thought that that was such a cool concept, right? And we played these games and we got to interact. And honestly, in the moment, I just felt so powerful, and I felt like I could create anything, truly. I had never done anything like that before. And it wasn't until I went home to tell my partner, and I was like, hey, look at all these cool games that we played and these things that we did. And like, we should start talking like this more, speak into existence what it is that we want to create. And he said something along the lines of, did anybody manifest anything for the world? Did anybody manifest anything for the community? And I was like, you know what? No, not really. There were people that mentioned, giving to charities, and people that wanted to build homes for their families and wanting to, maybe get people out of bad relationships and things. But it was very like implied that, yeah, of course we're going to help this cause, and of course we're going to do these things. But it was never dug deep into it. It wasn't an element or part of it where we were like, okay, we're manifesting for ourselves, we're manifesting for our career, we're manifesting for our love, but what are we manifesting for the world? What are we manifesting for the community? When he said that to me, it really made me pause and think, and was like, whoa, actually. And then we played the game together and we added that element in. And it was really beautiful and really sweet moment for us. What I noticed is that what it focused on and what the conversation centered on was self. I find that to be so disheartening that every time that we're grinding and pushing towards something, it feels very one directional. I want to start creating and manifesting with community, with the collective. I want to find ways that we can co-create and collaborate and be in conscious creation with one another. I know that this year is a 1 year in terms of numerology. It is a year for us to focus internally, to focus on what it is that you do and what it is that you are going to bring to the world. And also just focusing on your health, your body, your internal system, to prepare for next year, which is a 2-year where we're going to start, collaborating and things. But I think that it's something to keep in mind when we are choosing our schedules and choosing what we're focusing on our time on, is like, what are we really doing it for? Like, just coming back to, we're never really satisfied. You get the $1 million and then you find a new goal. You achieve one thing and then you find another goal. You achieve one thing and then you're like, oh, but then this. And I've seen it happen so many times to me, to my partner, to my friends, of like, oh, I want to do this. I want to do this. I am living so many of my dreams far beyond my dreams. And I still made new ones. I've still made more ideas for what it is that I want to accomplish. And then knowing that, I just know that once I accomplish the ones that I say, oh yeah, once I get to this point, I'm going to be happy. I'm going to be satisfied. And in truth, it's not true. And I think about when we're just constantly striving, we're never satisfied with anything. Is there a way that we can turn this restlessness from being so inward to outward? That there's a balance, right? That there's the tension between the both, and that we just don't get so lost in only wanting to accomplish what we want, that we don't get so lost in the schedule and the routine and the box. We allow for flow, we allow for spontaneity, and we allow for the collective to be brought into what it is that we are manifesting for ourselves and what the life that we're creating for ourselves. Because when I think about what are we really doing this for? Like, what is the real purpose? Again, the only thing that matters is a healthy body and a healthy mind and community and people and love and how we interact with those around us. When we strip away our job titles, our degrees, our accolades, our followers, our titles and names, what's left? And I want to meet myself there, and I want to meet others there at the root, then see what comes natural and what flows and blooms from there. Because I also know that I can get boring just chilling. And I'm also trying to create some beautiful things in this world. Just curious, what do you guys think? Do you think that manifestation is selfish? Do you think that you're never satisfied, or that you're always striving for more? Do you believe that there's a way to balance between what we desire and what we want and what is good for the collective and for the community and for the whole? I'm curious. Let me know. Anyway, thank you so much for being here. I hope that there were some nuggets of wisdom, nuggets of knowledge, nuggets of curiosity throughout. It's just the type of things that flow through my mind on a daily basis. I want to get them out, somewhere to put them, but somewhere I can also engage with more people and have bigger conversations about topics that I think are important to muse about. Stay curious and stay open, beautiful beings. Stay tuned for the next one. Peace and love.